Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope you're having a glamorous day. Well, if you're watching my video, you're about to have a glamorous day. Anyway, if you're watching my video, today we are going to be talking about what to pack for a hostel. Um, I wasn't actually going to do a what to pack for anything, and then I realized that honestly, not a lot of people know how to pack for a hostel or even for a quick trip. So I'll do different how to pack videos for most of the different experiences I talk about, whether it is hostels, car camping, camping, weekend trips in a small backpack carry-on, long trips. I'll go through the different types. So this one is specifically for hostels. So congrats if you watched my video on what is a hostel and then you decided you wanted to stay in one. So you watched my video on how to find a hostel that's perfect for you and book it. So now you're probably wondering, I've got this trip, I've booked my hostel and it's going to be perfect. So what do I take? Like, do I take the same stuff that I do for a hotel? No, actually. So you're going to pack a lot of similar things, such as your clothing, your toiletries. You're going to want most of the same stuff. However, there are a few things that are different that I would recommend bringing or leaving behind. So most hostels have a spot where you can put your suitcase, your luggage. You've got a little like locker. It is not huge. So most of my checked luggage has fit in these. Some of them haven't, but they have like additional space, maybe down the hall or something else that's more securely locked away, which isn't that accessible. There we go. So if that's the case, then I would recommend taking smaller bags that can fit in your locker. I also recommend putting things in a packing cube, well, not in one, but in multiples. I recommend if you've never packed with packing cubes or never have used them, try it. It will save time, space, and it will change your life. I love my packing cubes. I got mine from Amazon and from REI, and I love them both equally. They will help you organize your clothes. It's nice. I'll put, different categories and different ones. So when I plan my day, it's easy for me to just open, pull out a shirt, and move on. This also helps with organizing your dirty clothes. So that way at the end of your trip, all your dirty clothes is one like bag. Or maybe you want to bring a laundry bag that can fit in your locker or in your suitcase. It just helps with organization because there's not a ton of space and you can't really spread out. That's kind of rude to your fellow roommates. You can put stuff on your bed, but you're going to be sleeping there and probably sitting there. So I like to keep my bed space clean and free of clutter. Plus, if you're going to be putting everything in your suitcase or whatever, that is usually going to be locked away. Which brings me to my next point. I would bring a lock, a padlock, either a combination or key of some way, shape, or fashion. Most of the storage areas, the lockers, whatever they call them, they will have a spot for you to put a lock. This will ensure that your stuff is safe, that your roommates won't have access to it, as opposed to having stuff on your bed. Your roommates have access to it, so they could easily grab something off of your bed. I've never had anything taken, and there are times I have not used a padlock. Um, I most of the time I do. The only few times that I didn't is I forgot and I took it with me while I went on my day trip or whatever, or I forgot to bring it completely, and it just took me a day or so to go buy another one. So highly recommend a padlock or lock of some sort. I would not get a huge one. Get one that fits most locks. Because these are going to be hand built or they're just going to be all different shapes and sizes. So you don't know what kind of lock you're going to need. So get one that goes and fits on most. So, yeah, I definitely would bring that for sure. Like, hands down, probably the most important thing to bring for sure. I just said for sure like a million times. For sure I did. Anyway, I would also bring shower shoes. This can look different for everybody. I bring flip-flops, like cheap pair from like the dollar store if I forgot them. Um, it the showers and bathrooms are communal, and you don't always want to be taking your clunky shoes in and out. And if you're going to get in the shower, it's just a hassle. So take a cheap pair of sandals. Even if you're going there, maybe just buy some at the dollar store and throw them at the end. It's just nice, keeps your feet a little bit more clean. Especially right now with COVID, most of these facilities are getting cleaned very regularly. I know most of them clean every day, but you just never know, and it doesn't hurt. Um, I also recommend bringing a sleeping bag liner. A lot of places do not let you bring your own clothing, or they let you bring your clothes. Otherwise, we'd all be naked. That's just bad. They don't let you bring your own linen. This is to reduce the mites, bed bugs, and lice that can be spread. A lot of people, if they brought their own linen, it can cause problems. So many times, they will even ask if you brought anything, and they will kind of keep an eye out for it. Some of the places don't care. Some of them care, but they won't like do anything if they won't look into it to try to catch you. So I use it most places, especially if it's a little bit like dirtier or older. It's nice because a lot of the linens that they do give you are very thin. You can ask for more. I've had places who one is it. You only get one sheet and you get one blanket. That's it. Other places will give you like two or three. The pillows are often very, very like worn out and kind of done. So it's nice to be able to use one sheet to put underneath my pillow to give it some kind of lift. And then I'm sleeping in my beautiful, beautifully soft and warm, cozy sleeping bag liner with the blanket on top. Along with that, some people do bring pillows or pillowcases, excuse me. I personally have not, but there are a few places where I wish I did. If the pillow is looking a little rough, I will go exchange it at the front desk. Or honestly, I've wrapped my sheet that they give me around my pillowcase, and that seems to do okay. I know a lot of people who I've met at hostels bring their own pillowcases, and I might actually start doing that. Um, Up to you. That's a complete up to you one. A couple that are kind of up to you, but I highly recommend. They're not as important as the padlocks. Actually, you know what? There probably are. I would bring earplugs and a face mask. So I will do another video on hostel etiquette, but not everybody follows hostel etiquette. So the light is sure to be turned on while you're trying to sleep, and it just gets to be annoying, or somebody shining their phone trying to find something, or their flashlight, and it gets in your eyes. So I recommend a really good eye mask. You can get them off of Amazon. I got mine from Target, and it actually works great. It was like $5. I love it, and it's cute. And then I just put them underneath my pillow during the day so that way nobody takes it, but nobody, I don't have to put it away. And then I take earplugs. I take multiples, just in case. I don't know why, but I tend to either pull them out or they fall out of my ears at night, and sometimes I lose them because there's crevices around the bunk beds, and I don't necessarily want to grab one that's kind of fallen along the edge and is touching who knows what, and you don't know when it's been cleaned. So I often bring my own, but many times these places will offer like free or super, super cheap earplugs. And a lot of times they're pretty decent ones too. If not, local dollar store or Walgreens should carry them. So you'll be fine. Along with that, I would also bring some really good headphones. Noise canceling are fabulous, especially since a lot of these hostels can get loud. Even if you're not like at a party one, you have people talking or laughing. Usually the walls are thin, so if you're up against the wall and somebody else is up against the wall, you can hear them pretty well. Yeah, so good. Noise canceling headphones are great. Plus, if you really just want to go back and relax for the evening and you're in the common area or you go back to your dorm, you can watch a movie on your iPad or your computer, and you're not disrupting anybody else. If you want to stay up later, it's not disrupting anybody else or disrupting the quiet time rules that are usually like, 11 to 8 or whatever. So headphones are always a great option. Plus, honestly, if you get to become friends with your roommates, or you just happen to have maybe a really talkative one, headphones are great because it gives you your privacy. It tells people you're kind of in your own zone, not to bug you. So they're kind of nice for that too. Even if, like, I'll put them in and not even listen to anything, but just like be sitting there reading. And so that way it kind of gives them like a cue, like, hey, don't bother me. Because I've been in hostels where I'm reading and people will come up and start jabbering, like, oh, did you guys see that? Blah, blah. And I'm just like, dude, I'm trying to read. Like, come on. So headphones are great for multiple things. Yeah, I also would definitely recommend bringing a light, like flashlight. Some people even use their headlamps, which I find to be a little bit, I guess, more rude than a small flashlight, like a pen light, or something. Because if you're going to be getting around in the morning or you get in late, it's very disrespectful to turn on the lights and just start sorting through. So bring a little light so you can kind of look around. I also bring a light that can double as like a reading light too. So if I would like to read my book, I'm not disrupting everybody else, but I can lay in my bunk and read or see whatever that I'm doing. A lot of the bunks have lights in them, but they can be kind of overly bright or they're really crappy, or you only get one plug to yourself and you have your phone plugged in. Which brings me to my next point. Bring a power strip or a single pronged tool that feeds multiple different plugs. You know, if you're lucky, you may have more than a couple different outlets in your actual dorm room. However, it's very slim, and many times you've got other things you need plugged in, like the fan and light that are on your bunk. So I bring one that has multiple different spots, like some USB plugs and then some regular 3-prong ones because sometimes I want to plug in my computer. So that's really good to have. That way too, you're not like having to sit there and charge something all day and it's sitting out on your bed. You can charge everything while you're there and then put it away, locked up, secure, when you're getting ready to leave the next day. Yes, fabulous idea. Some people even bring extension cords, which is another good one. I have yet to do this because I've got long charging cables and I often don't need to charge more than just like my iPad and my phone. But a lot of people bring like extension cords, and those are a good idea too. Almost better than one of like the little adapters that goes right over the outlet plug, because this way you can plug it in and then you can use it like if you're on the top bunk. Some of them have 3 bunks and it's really a far stretch to the top, and the power stripper adapter won't reach. So the power oh my gosh, the power blah, 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 blah. The extension cord is nice for that. Another thing that is not a huge like must, but is high on my list. I have a fan that I bought off of Amazon. It's about yay big. It's very light, it's travel friendly, and it's USB chargeable. So this little guy even has a hook at the base so I can hook it up top of my bunk. And a lot of these dorms and hostels don't have AC, and a lot of them don't have fans actually in the bunk itself. They'll have like one big one in the dorm. Some of them will have them, each individual bunk will have a fan, but this way it allows me to stay cool. This also doubles as a light. So there's a light in the middle of the fan, so I can use both of them at the same time, one or the other. It's wonderful. And honestly, it lasts the entire night. Sometimes it lasts multiple nights, depending if I turn it on or off or how high the fan setting is. But then I just keep it out underneath my pillow during the day charging. That way nobody sees it. It's kind of out of sight. If somebody takes it, then they would have to be rummaging through my bed. So the likelihood of somebody taking it is very slim. I would also bring a quick dry or microfiber towel. These are also called travel towels. I cannot recommend this enough. A lot of hostels will provide you with a towel. They're often really tiny. They're very rough. They're not soft at all. And they're the thinnest, crappiest towel ever. Like worse than a dollar store towel, if you can believe that. Some of them are great. Some of them are. But I recommend these just because it's nice to have multiple towels. I bring a big one for my body and then a small one for my face to wash my face. It's honestly, they're a lot softer. They dry quickly. They've got multiple uses for them. So if I head out during the day, I can take one with. Maybe I'm going to the pool and I can use the Hostel towel for that. And then I can shower with my own. It's just a little bit more comfortable and it's kind of nicer to have. There are other things that you can bring, like books to read, or download some movies on your iPad or computer. Those are nice to bring. Um, I also recommend maybe as soon as you get to the hospital, wow, hostel. Not when you get to the hospital. Hopefully, you're not going there. But when you get to the hostel, I recommend buying some food. Don't go crazy because you're not going to have a ton of space, but buy some snacks. Some hostels won't allow you to bring food into your dorm room. I kind of get it. It can be nasty, especially if it's forgotten about. So you often just have your small buckets in your kitchen, but I recommend bring some food, whether you're going to cook with it or you've got some snacks. You just never know when you're going to need it, and it's great to just have it like a short walk away. And then the last thing I really recommend is to bring your patients and a good attitude. Hostels are filled with people of all different backgrounds, all different personalities, and all different preferences. So you're going to meet people who are different than you. You're going to meet people who may not have the same views as you, or may not have the same etiquette as you. I will do a video on etiquette that's general, but not a lot of people really strictly follow these rules. So you might come across some people who are just really irritating you, or, you know, something you just really can't stand, or somebody that you can't stand. Just bring your patience, bring your good attitude. You're there to meet people. If somebody's talking your ear off, just politely say, hey, you know what? I appreciate talking to you, but I really need some alone time. It's okay to talk to people and tell them what you need. So this would be a great opportunity to practice healthy boundaries as well. Um, but yes, just remember to have your patience, have a good attitude. You're there to enjoy yourselves. These other people are there for a similar experience. I don't think I've ever met an ornery or super like upset person at a hostel. Everybody goes there to meet others, to have an experience, to enjoy yourself. Usually, I get more frustrated with people who spray a lot of cologne on or perfume, or they snore all night, which they can't really help. Or they just don't stop talking, or they follow you around. So all of those are things that I, as a person, can do to set healthy boundaries so they get a little bit better, or I can do other things such as get earplugs from the front desk or from a local store to kind of make my experience better. But just know that everybody else is in the similar boat. And so just have patience and have a positive attitude with everyone and just enjoy yourself. If somebody offers for you to go play pool with them and you are not really good at it, go try. Who cares? Everybody's just there to enjoy themselves. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you have, please subscribe and watch my other videos. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, please feel free to send me a message. Other than that, I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye.